Hello everybody and welcome back to another Genshin Impact video, and we're back with Kaza! Let's go! Alright, we're back with the next story part of the event, and this is Kaza's story part. So, what's up Kaza? What are you doing?
Greetings, traveler in Paimon. I heard there would be guides for the Iridori festival, but I didn't expect it would be you two.
Actually, I was about to ask, how did you get invited, but I know why you're invited, because you're apparently one of the things. The Kaidahara clan is apparently a thing under the Kamisato clan. Or is it the Kamisato? No, the Yashiro clan or whatever.
But after wandering the outside world for so long, it's good to have an opportunity to return to my homeland and pay respects to my old friends.
Yeah, your dead friend.
You seem to be looking for something. What happened?
Wait, wasn't he here with Raiden?
Ah, yes. You see, when I came off the boat with everyone just now,
Everyone? There was
light
only you.
footsteps around me.
Oh.
They were not footsteps of a regular passenger.
It's
But
the
by
messenger
time I turned
guy.
around, the person had already disappeared. I only heard a splash come from below the pier. Even though I didn't manage to catch a glimpse of them,
Yep.
I found this strange piece of paper by my feet.
Alright, you get to be model for next portrait.
Does the paper happen to have a poem written on it?
Yes.
Huh. How did you know?
Because we have some weird man who's delivered poems of these ancient creature people that have just been forgotten to time.
Fascinating. It's almost hard to believe such things could happen.
Yeah, I mean,
Sure, here it
it
is.
just happened.
Please, have a look.
I don't know. Hard to believe such things could happen, man. We do this every week.
This poem ended with a reference to Akihito. And sure enough, this is a story about him. The story this time basically says that Akihito
Thank you,
got
Paimon.
his name from his love of red seals. However, the Shogun discovered
Kaza,
that he
are
had
you a red
committed
seal?
plagiarism, and he was soon
Oh.
exiled. If Paimon were to rate today's story, it sounds pretty unfortunate.
I don't think there's anything particularly wrong with this story. I too was once wanted as a criminal by the shogunate. So I'm not all that different from Akihito mentioned in this story.
Which is why you're the model.
But according to the story, Akihito was exiled by the Shogun because of his wrongdoings. You did nothing wrong, Kazuha.
In the eyes of eternity, he did. And also he did try and fight the Shogun, so.
Huh? Traveler, what are you thinking about?
Oh, or he is the red seal like I just asked.
Ah, by the way, you mentioned that your friend has been struggling because he's unable to sign his name quickly, right?
What, are you...
In Liyue and Inazuma, there is a saying, that which has been stamped has also been signed. Perhaps using a seal could be a feasible solution.
Wow, that's an idea. Quick, let's go tell Albedo.
Sure.
Albedo, we figured out a way to help Shincho.
Interesting. The story of the 5 Kasen appears again.
And you get to paint
With a
Kaza.
timely solution. Stamped seal, huh? Let me think. Indeed, it is an efficient solution. If we use a stamp, then Xingqiu won't have to struggle with his handwriting anymore. However, since Xingqiu's signature has been previously revealed to the readers, it would seem insincere if he only used the stamped seal for his new books.
Yeah.
But I have another idea. Using a seal is a part of it, of course. Let's go to Uya restaurant now to discuss my idea with everyone.
There's the thing.
That's it, Shenyu. Your writing has greatly
Jeez.
improved today, which means yesterday's intensive training was effective.
Imagine someone just shouting at you like, yeah, that's it! Like, bruh,
My
calm down.
apologies, but I simply can't do it anymore. My hands are so sore that I can't even move them anymore.
We have a solution, maybe.
Should have known better than to read novels during calligraphy class.
Whoa, this is getting scary. It hasn't even been that long and Shincho's already zombified.
Mr. Hiroyama, we found a solution that might just solve our dilemma. In both Liyue and Inazuma, seals are widely used as the equivalents of a signature. If we use a stamp to leave the author's seal on the books, then we could make the signature process a lot easier. Of course, a seal on its own is not enough. So, I propose that each signature consists of 2 parts. First, we'll use a personalized seal. We can simply carve one using Chenyu's signature as the design. In addition, I'll also design a simple but elegant pattern that's easy for Chenyu to write. That way, he will only need to draw a simple pattern on his book.
Zincho's like, thank you so much.
Let me think.
I've been suffering
Right,
so
I think
much.
that would work. Not only
Please.
does it still involve the author's own handwriting, but the result should be very beautiful as well.
So, what you mean to say is, I've been saved from this predicament?
Well, if you think it's feasible, I would certainly be happy to design signatures for the other authors as well.
Yes, and you may leave carving the stamps to me.
In that case, I shall contact the other 2 authors participating in the new release
I
event.
feel like Kazuha's voice is different, but I have no way to tell because I just have not used Kazuha enough because I don't have him. Alright, whatever you honor to use
My
his
pen
signature.
name is quite complicated and isn't suitable for signing events. However, if
Oh,
we
these are
implement
2
this new
writers?
format, then it'll be a dream come true for me as well.
Great! Looks like everyone's on board with the idea.
Wait,
I'm
there's only
sorry to
3
have kept you
writers?
busy for so long, Jinyu. Please, take the next few days to have a good rest. We'll handle everything from here.
Thanks to everyone's efforts, Onodera and I are finally free of that mess.
Yes, you've only wasted hours of your time. Or days of your time,
That's
actually.
right. You're finally free, Shincho. Maybe you should step outside for some fresh air. We still have some time to burn. Where should we go next?
Oh, Venti and
Traveler,
Kami's
there
off to
you are.
Ayaka. What up?
Oh, it's Ayaka and Venti. That's an interesting combo.
It's actually a fairly
I
good
was
one,
just
Paimon.
going to the festival venue to prepare the Ikebana lesson.
But more so from
when I found
Ayaka.
a strange piece of paper on a flower stand.
Wait,
This
you
box
can't
happened
find
to be close
2?
by at the time. He informed me that you've also found similar papers recently. As such, we came together to
Oh,
find
Ayaka, bro, fix your mic. What's this crackling, bro? I don't know if you can hear it on the video, but oh, this sounds awful.
But the paper she found isn't quite the same as the ones we found before.
Okay, we gotta basically put these in water.
So, shall we give it a whirl? It just so happens that there's a pond nearby.
Yep, sure. Why are we going all the way over there? There's literally like these sewer things that are totally not filled with sewerness fluids. Probably should not just jump around in here. Alright, what are we doing with this paper? Alright, carefully dip that paper in the water and see what happens. Ayaka, don't freeze it.
More words have appeared on the paper.
What does it say? Oh. Or whatever.
Story says that after Sumizomi got the collection of poems from Akihito and put them into a stream of water,
Oh, Ayaka's the next.
plagiarized words in the poem became blurry. Huh? Why would that happen?
You see, Paimon, in
'Cause
the
he
past,
didn't copy
when
and paste
printing
it.
was not yet well developed, handwritten text could easily become smudged in books when exposed to moisture. To ensure the text lasted longer, they'd either write using a special ink or coat the paper's surface with a waterproof coating once the writing was finished. Such special inks are time-consuming and laborious to produce, and the waterproof coating could also prove just as difficult.
I have no idea
However,
what this means.
Since Akihito's poetry collection was an important gift to be presented to the shogun, surely one of those 2 methods was used to protect it. But as for the plagiarized poems, not only would they lack Akihito's seal, but the words would also react differently when exposed to liquid.
Which means Akihito didn't plagiarize his work. He was set up.
Yeah, probably by the
It
guy who
appears that
wasn't
this
even
is
in
the
the
truth
story.
that Sumizome's story is trying to convey. Although the story is saddening, I've decided on the subjects to use for Akihito and Sumizome's portraits.
I wonder who.
Kazuha, Ayaka, would you be willing to be the models for my paintings?
In 15 minutes.
The next 2 portraits should be ready in no time.
Yes. And now that all 4 stories have all been collected, the story of the 5 Kasen is now fully completed.
There's one more page, Albedo, and it's gonna be you who is the model.
Long ago, Inazuma had 5 legendary poets. people bestowed upon them the title of the Five Kasen. One year, the poet Suiko made his way to Tenshukaku and presented the Kasen's work for the shogun's perusal. But a page from the works of Aoi no Okina had been torn out, and Suiko was questioned regarding the matter.
Different.
Suiko pleaded guilty.
Every other time we've seen her draw.
He admitted to drinking at the tavern the night before, and vaguely recalled a mysterious figure approaching while he was intoxicated. That figure was none other than Aoi no Okina himself. This turn of events had begun with an unnamed individual, under whose coercion, Aoi no Okina was forced to take drastic measures to retrieve a page of poetry. He knew nothing of this individual's true intentions. All he knew was that the poem had to do with an old acquaintance.
Is this actually going to be it? Oh.
Akahito had once belonged to the Five Kasen. Each poem he composed, he
so
marked
cute.
with a scarlet red seal, hence the Aka in his name. Such a distinguished writer was he, and yet one of the poems he had submitted the previous year was found to be plagiarized. Akahito was exiled for his crimes, and only 4 of the 5 Kasen remained.
Oh, is that why there's
Sumizome went over Akihito's poems and noticed that
Albedo went off on these character designs for these last 2.
She immersed his poetry in a stream nearby, and only on the plagiarized poem did the ink
I mean,
run.
Venti was just Venti. Xingqiu, I just kind of don't like it.
By and witnessed Sumizome's doing, which he then recorded in a poem. Thus transpired the events of Suiko's poetry submission, and this is where the story comes to an end.
Where's the other one? Where's the other one? There it is. Aw. Kazuha, no. What's wrong, Paimon? Not that I care.
Yeah. Ever since we completed the story of the 5 Kasen, there's still one thing Paimon hasn't been able to figure out. One of the 5 Kasen is called Kuranushi, right?
He's nowhere. Nothing's in here. Is he the one who framed him?
How could the story of the 5 Kasen finish without him appearing at all?
Oh.
Oh.
Have you really not noticed?
I know Venti knows who these
what
people are.
Is that the story of Kuronushi was already embedded within the 4 poems.
Yeah, he's the one who backstabbed them, right?
Really?
That's right. The key lies in the poem that Aoi no Okina wrote after seeing Sumizome rinsing the poetry collection. An average person could never understand the scene of a young girl washing Akahito's poetry collection in a stream. Even Aoi no Okina couldn't figure out the meaning behind Sumizome's actions. He was simply reminiscing and thinking about his old acquaintances. However, for the perpetrator who framed Akahito, it was completely obvious. He was worried that if this poem was seen by the Shogun, then the Shogun could discover the truth behind the plagiarism incident. If that happened, then he'd be finished. So in desperation, he threatened Aoi no Okina to make him
Yeah, it's the guy who backstabbed him.
Which means the one who threatened Aoi no Okina is the same person that framed Akahito.
Yeah, it's him. I knew it.
What? Kuranushi?
Yeah.
That's right. Though there are only 4 poems, they still managed to tell the complete story of all 5 Kasen. Since the Shogun mentioned in the poems is certainly not the one of the 5 Kasen, the only character left is the mysterious one with an unknown identity.
Oh, okay. Paimon is finally starting to get it now.
However, this also brings something else to mind. The story of the 5 Kasen has more or less reflected everything that's been happening around us lately.
Yeah.
Which begs the question, is there a Kuronushi in our world as well?
Speaking of which, I wonder if our dear Kazuha has come up with anything.
Oh, right! Kazuha! He's been pretty quiet this whole time.
Yeah, isn't he a poet? You know? Who framed you, Kaza? Who framed you? Oh. Who framed you? Oh. Wait. So this board is actually just supposed to be there's no way you can actually, I don't know. Albedo's meant to paint one more, right?
Hey, Kazuha.
I don't know why we had to walk 3 meters to talk to him, and we couldn't just have the cutscene.
And you don't look so good.
He's got to find out whoever the 5th one is.
Apologies for making a wild assumption, but has the story of the 5 cousins
His friend's
reminded
death
you
and
of
who
anything?
killed his friend.
Yes. A few things did come to mind, actually. However, they were nothing more than some past incidents regarding my family. I don't mind sharing the stories, but I'd prefer not to bring you any more trouble.
Haidehara, please forgive my assumption, but perhaps you were thinking of the Raiden Gokuden?
What?
Raiden Gokuden? What's that?
It appears that Miss Kamisato and I were thinking of the same thing.
Who's
But it
Gokuden?
also has much to do with the Yashiro Commission. It would be improper
What?
to speak of it here without the consent of Miss Kamisato.
It's fine.
What's up with this?
Those of us here are all trustworthy, so there isn't any harm in it.
Who-
However,
Who's
this
Goku?
matter is somewhat complicated and may be difficult to explain. Let me start with the Raiden Gokuden. As you all know, the Yashiro Commission's primary purpose is managing ceremonial and cultural affairs, and Inazuma's art of forging swords is a very important part of our culture. The Raiden Gokuden were once the top 5 schools of the forging art in Inazuma. Although these families were swordsmiths by craft, they also held many important positions in the Yashiro Commission. Unfortunately, of the 5, only the Aminoma art still maintains its artisan lineage.
And you.
The descendants of the
Right.
Ishin art are also still alive, but the craft has been lost to time. The descendants of the Ishin art are none other than the Kaidehara family.
Yes,
But-
but that's all part of the past now. The Ishin art was lost with my great-grandfather's generation. And in my generation, our last remaining family property was lost as well.
I
Because of
heard
the
my elder
vision
brother
and
mention
degree.
that the decline of the Raiden Gokuden happened very rapidly. In the span of a few decades, 3 of the families suffered various misfortunes. and
Yeah, Ayaka, you
disappeared
needed a mic or
completely.
something.
Later, there was speculation that all of these misfortunes stemmed from some background machinations, meaning that someone wanted to wipe out the Raiden Gokuden.
Means
I know that a major incident happened to my great-grandfather when he was young. Not only did it affect the Kaedehara clan, but it nearly jeopardized the Kamisato clan's position in the Yashiro Commission as well. After reading the story of the 5 Kasen, I can't help but feel like it's pointing me toward the truth behind that incident.
that
What
there's
exactly
a
happened
5th
to your
person.
great-grandfather, Kazuha?
I still can't say. I need to speak with someone to verify the details. Let's meet here again at noon tomorrow.
Oh, of course.
I will tell you everything I know then.
Wow, this was a really short quest. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. 25 minutes. Yeah, this was a really short quest for only 25 minutes, and we just unlocked both of those. All right. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Make sure to subscribe if you enjoy, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.